Hey everybody, how's it going? Thought I'd do a quick video here on. Had to stop by Princess Auto on the way home from work today because I needed some MIG wire. I've never even heard of this brand before. Unibraze. Somebody else has probably heard of it, but it was like $10.99 a roll. I bought 2 rolls, 2-pound rolls, two 2-pound rolls. This one's 030 and this one's 023, which I have on the machine right now. I'm using it for welding patch panels on the Miata. It works fine. I wasn't too worried about it. Usually I go with Hobart or Lincoln wire for the MIG, but they didn't have any either. All they had was flux core, and this is solid MIG wire welding with gas. And I figured for what I'm doing, for a million little spot welds and a couple stitch welds that nobody will ever see, and they're just going to be ground down anyway, this would do. And at, what was it, $10.99 per 2-pound roll. It's not a bad price. Probably sounds expensive to you guys in the States, but that's not bad. So while I was there, I wasn't looking for pry bars, but the pry bars found me. Now, I'd never heard of this brand before. Tekz. Anyway, they were on sale. Before I tell you the price, I'll just go over them a little bit. Strikable steel drive caps, so you can see. I don't know if the handle goes all the way, or the shaft goes all the way through the handle to the cap. I highly doubt it, but whatever. There are 12, 17, and 25-inch pry bar, hardened tempered steel construction, steel striking caps. Funny thing, they're made by TitanUS.com. I don't know if that's the same Titan as like Titan Tools stuff. The cap fell off. Star Asia USA LLC in Renton, Washington, but they're made in India. So I don't know. I don't know if they're any good, but the deal was, for the price, I couldn't resist them. Like, I don't need pry bars. I've got a bunch in here. I've got some in my car. I've got some in my cart, but I just couldn't resist them. They were $8.88 Canadian. So that's like $6 US for 3 strikable striking cap pry bars. I did Google the brand, Tekz. Apparently it's like a Northern Tools house brand or something. You guys in the States, you can clear that up for me. You guys seen these around at Northern Tool? We don't have a Northern Tool here. Our version of, no, that's Tractor Supply. So no, we don't have a version of Northern Tool. But for 888? 888. I figured you can't go wrong. I mean, they'll come in handy for something. Interesting retainers that hold them on here. I don't know how that works. Yeah, that's easy enough. Just pull those. So let's pull right out of here. Not exactly a high security container. Let's take that off. Pull this out here. I mean, they feel solid, but what does feel mean? They're pry bars. I mean, I can't tell you if they're going to last or if they're going to bend or what's going to happen to them. Let's put that out of here. But they're kind of beefy. They have a matte, almost a crinkle finish, like a rough finish on them, or a pebbly finish. I don't know. I honestly can't say how good they are. They feel decent. Let me grab a hammer here and see what it sounds like when I hit the cap. If I hit the cap and it's kind of a hollow sounding, actually that feels pretty solid. I suspect that the shaft might go all the way through the handle. It sounds like it. And when I hold the shaft here and hit on top, like, I can instantly feel the vibration. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the shaft goes all the way through the handle to the cap. Not a bad little set. Surely they'll come in handy at some point. I don't know. Good junkyard pry bars, if nothing else. So another thing I want to bring up was I've done a review, and I'll post a link to it at the end of the video, on this Ryobi cutoff tool, cordless HP brushless cutoff tool. And it uses these 3-inch little discs, and it's great, especially for what I'm doing for the body work. It's perfect. Now, the only thing I had was, it came with 3 discs. 3, this one's for plastic and drywall. This one is for tile and fiber cement. It's a diamond blade. and it came with a regular metal cutting size. And it wore down quick. Like I cut like 3 feet of sheet metal, I don't know, I'd say 18 gauge or something. And it just wore this down really quick, like so quick that I wasn't cutting past the guard. You can see that? So I had to get some more discs. Now I went to Home Depot, because that's where Ryobi tools are sold, right? And I'm figuring, well, I should be able to buy them there. No such luck. They don't sell them. They have them on their website, but you can't get just the metal cutting discs. You have to get the set of 3 discs, and I'll never use these. I might at some point, but I doubt it. For every one time I use those, I'll use 50 of these metal cutting discs. So what I was able to do was I had to get these Dremel Sawmax ones, or I thought I had to get those. I'll explain that. Because the arbor on this is a 7/16 arbor. Everything else, every other brand I looked at online, on Amazon, in Home Depot, are a 3/8 arbor. So I'm thinking, what the heck? Why would Ryobi do this, right? Makes no sense. So Dremel, and they're much better discs than like I've cut 10 times the amount that I did with this Ryobi with that Dremel, and you can see how much disc is left. So there's that. But what I didn't know, and it doesn't say this on the box or in the instructions anywhere, is, let's take that out. So take the retaining screw out, take the cap off. There you go. So that's a 7/16 arbor size, right? Which is the same as the Ryobi. Now these Dremel discs were 3 for $15, so $5 a disc. I can go on Amazon and get them for $1 a disc or less, not these brand. But the problem is, they're a 3/8 arbor size. So I've got a little 3/8 arbor size here. And see, the problem is it fits, but it doesn't go all the way down onto the, you see that? So it rocks. It doesn't go all the way down onto the arbor. So I'm thinking, well, what the hell? And I read somewhere that somebody said they enlarge in the hole, drill it out. Don't do that. You like screw with the integrity of the disc and it's liable to fall apart and hit you in the face. Don't do that. What I didn't know, and I didn't realize, the cutoff tool came with an extra little arbor washer, or whatever you want to call it. And unbeknownst to me, I just thought it was a spare. But what it is actually a 3/8, it says on it, inner flange 3/8. This side faces the wheel. So it goes on there. And then you can use a 3/8 disc on it. Use the same outer part and put your screw back on. So I did go on Amazon and ordered some. Yeah, so there you go. You can use 3/8 arbor size discs with this. They just don't tell you that. And the guy at Home Depot didn't know it. I sent an email to Ryobi first, and they didn't even reply, so I don't know. But now I know, and now you know, just in case you guys are going to get one of these, because these things are great. They're fabulous. Normally I would use my my air cutoff saw on this. So this one says inner flange 7/16. So there we go. I mean, I just didn't know and didn't read it. But the instructions, again, the instructions said nothing about this. So outer flange. Put back on, get that on there. And this little cutoff tool is just way handier than the air cutoff tool. It's just, you don't have to get out the hose. It's just easier to get into tight places. And battery wise, I was using, what do I have here? One of these little, I don't even know how, I don't think this is fully charged, but using one of these little batteries, the ones that come with it, the P102s. And they're not terribly powerful or long lasting, but the one I was using, I was able to cut out a panel, I would say 3, 6, 7, let's say 10 feet or 15 feet of cutting the steel, and it showed no sign of slowing down or dying. Lights are handy too. It's one in the base and there. But again, I'll put a link to that in the video. I just thought I'd share that with you guys, that you can use a 3/8 arbor size disc and a 7/16 if you can find them. So there you go. I just thought I'd update you guys on that and let you know. That's about it. Oh, my light died. Anyway, hold on. I'll take you off of here. I'll bring you around over here. Another problem I had was last time I was using this, and that reminds me now, I left the gas on and it had a leak somewhere, so I had to go get the bottle refilled. Started welding, and welds were horrid and everything, so I did that. And then I start welding, doing a million little tacks here, tack, 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 and then filling in. Still not done. I want to let it cool. Usually before I go in the house, I'll stop about an hour or so before I'm done, because inside, like back behind here, there's an insulation and stuff that it's kind of a fire watch. Oops, sorry, my camera, I hit the button and shut the camera off, so I'm back. Yeah, it's like a fire watch. I just want to make sure after I'm done welding, I stay out in the garage for a little while and make sure nothing's smoldering, you know, use my nose to sniff around, make sure there's no smoke in the air or anything. I do have a camera over there that I can see from in the house to watch the garage, but I still like to stay out here and make sure. It gives me time to clean up, put stuff away, all that stuff. But anyway, as I was saying, so I ran out of gas, and then I ran out of wire, and it's been a gong show. It should have been like a, I don't know, 4-hour job or something. Has turned into a 2-3 day job. The other side's finished, hasn't been blended or filled in. What I do after this is done, I grind these flat, then I sandblast along the seam. Then I put a little bit of short strand fiberglass filler along the seam, just to waterproof it in case there's any pinholes or anything. And then I, you know, grind that flush and filler, blend it, and prime it, paint it, color good. So I'm getting really close to being finished on this. But anyway, just thought I'd share that with you about the arbor, the 7/16 and 3/8, the welding wire, and these hell of a deal on pry bars. If you're in Canada, go to Ryobi and pick up some of these. It's tempted. I might get another set tomorrow. I don't know. They're just at that price. I just can't resist them. Like I said, I don't really need them, and they do feel like the striking cap goes all the way to the bar. They feel solid, but for $8.88, I'm not going to complain. But again, if anybody has heard of this Tekz brand, let me know down below. I'm sure you Americans, my American viewers, know something about it. And that's about it. And what's in here? Box from Rock Auto. It's just some brake shoes and drum hardware for a car I have coming in on Sunday to fix. This car belongs to a friend, and he can't do his own stuff. He's a mechanic. He's an ex-drag racer, but he's got heart problems and he can't really work on his own car anymore, so I do it for him. He's a good guy. So yeah, I'll be doing that Sunday. It shouldn't take more than an hour or so, especially with the new lift, which has been absolutely awesome. So yeah, anyway, this is getting long, so I'll let you guys go, and thank you for watching, and take care. See you later.